An open-source model just cracked the top 3 in code arena, beating Gemini 3.1 and GPT-5.4. This is GLM 5.1 from Xi, and it changes everything about what open-source AI can do. I run all my coding agents locally with Conductor OSS. Works with Claude, Codex, Gemini, fully local. Link in the description. Arena.ai, the AI ranking platform formerly known as LM Arena, just confirmed that GLM 5.1 has climbed to number 3 in their Code Arena leaderboard. This puts it ahead of Gemini 3.1, ahead of GPT 5.4, and on par with Claude Sonnet 4.6. Let that sink in. An open-source model, freely available on Hugging Face, is now competing head-to-head with the best closed-source models on the planet. The jump from GLM-5 to GLM 5.1 is a massive 90-point leap. That is not a marginal improvement. That is a generational leap. And it gets better. This model also beats Kimi K2.5 thinking by over 100 points. Kimi was the previous open-source darling, and GLM 5.1 just obliterated that record. So, what exactly is GLM 5.1? It is the latest flagship model from Xi, formerly known as GPU AI, the team behind the GLM series that has been pushing open-source boundaries since GLM-4. The model has 744 billion total parameters with 40 billion active, using a mixture of experts architecture. That is double the scale of GLM 4.5, which had 355 billion parameters with 32 billion active. It is built specifically for agentic engineering tasks. This means it is designed to run autonomously for long periods, breaking down complex problems, running experiments, reading results, and revising its strategy through thousands of iterations. The key insight from the Xi team is that previous models plateau quickly. They apply familiar techniques for quick gains, then stall when you give them more time. GLM 5.1 is fundamentally different. The longer it runs, the better it gets. It sustains optimization over hundreds of rounds and thousands of tool calls, which is exactly what you need for real-world software engineering. The benchmark numbers are stunning. GLM 5.1 is number 1 in open source across 3 major coding benchmarks: SW Bench Pro, Terminal Bench 2.0, and NL2 Repo. SW Bench Pro measures real-world software engineering capability using actual GitHub issues from popular repositories. Terminal Bench 2.0 tests performance on real terminal tasks that developers face every day. And NL2 Repo evaluates the ability to generate entire repositories from scratch based on natural language descriptions. These are not synthetic benchmarks. They represent genuine engineering challenges. On top of that, GLM-5 scored number 1 among open-source models on Vending Bench 2, a benchmark that tests long-term operational capability by having the model run a simulated vending machine business over an entire year. It finished with a balance of over $4,400, approaching Claude Opus 4.5 performance. That shows serious long-term planning and resource management. Let us talk architecture. GLM 5.1 uses the same 744 billion parameter backbone as GLM-5, with 40 billion active parameters. The training data was scaled from 23 trillion to 28.5 trillion tokens. The team integrated DeepSeek sparse attention to reduce deployment costs while maintaining long context capabilities. This is clever engineering. You get frontier-level performance without frontier-level compute costs. For reinforcement learning, they developed a custom asynchronous RL infrastructure called Slime, which is actually open source on GitHub. Slime dramatically improves training throughput and enables more fine-grained post-training iterations. This is what enables the massive 90-point jump from GLM-5. The model weights are available on Hugging Face in both BF16 and FP8 formats, so you can actually run this locally if you have the hardware. The FP8 version is particularly interesting for deployment, cutting memory requirements significantly while maintaining nearly identical performance. This is a watershed moment for open-source AI. For the first time, an open model has broken into the top 3 of the Code Arena leaderboard, which is one of the most respected community-driven AI benchmarks. The gap between open and closed-source models is closing fast. 6 months ago, open source was struggling to crack the top 10. Now we have an open model going toe-to-toe with Claude Sonnet 4.6. What makes this even more significant is that Xi is actively pushing for agentic use cases. This is not just a chatbot. This is a model designed to be an autonomous coding agent, and it is freely available for anyone to use, modify, and deploy. GLM 5.1 is available now on Hugging Face and through the Xi API at z.ai. The model will also be available on chat.z.ai in the coming days. If you want to run AI coding agents locally with full control over your data and stack, check out Conductor OSS at conductros.com. It works with all major coding agents including Claude Code, Codex, and Gemini. Start the repo on GitHub. Link in the description. Subscribe for more AI coverage. Now let us zoom out and look at the competitive landscape. The top of the code arena leaderboard right now is dominated by closed source models from Anthropic, Google, and OpenAI. But GLM 5.1 has cracked that wall. It is sitting at number 3, ahead of Gemini 3.1 and GPT 5.4. Think about what that means for the industry. Developers now have a genuinely competitive open source option for coding tasks. You are not locked into any single provider. You can download the weights, fine-tune them, run them on your own infrastructure, and have a model that performs at the level of Claude Sonnet 4.6 for coding. That is a paradigm shift. The open source community has been chasing this moment for years, and Xi has delivered it with GLM 5.1.